after their collegiate journey when they earn their degree. But we do that. We do ACT prep. We help students with their essays. And then obviously, we support students with scholarship support as well, because we want students to be as debt-free as possible once they graduate.
And y'all make sure college is possible. Now, the Heart of Canal Street, that program has supported you before. How does this partnership help advance your mission and the students you serve?
Yeah, Heart of Canal has been a strong supporter of College Possible over the years, and I've had some affiliation with them even in some previous positions. But with this level of support, what we're able to do is really hone in on our new program model, utilizing full-time staff members versus in the past, we utilized the AmeriCorps volunteers to really implement, some of our programming. But with that, the cuts from AmeriCorps back in April, we really had to pivot, and really try to figure out how we were going to serve students, given that we don't have that level of support.
Thank you so much for joining us here today, Marco.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
And this has been your Potawatomi Casino Hotel Heart of Canal Street Community Spotlight with College Possible right here on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. All your favorite interviews and best moments live in one place.
I'm working in the morning, and I was listening back on the Truth app.
Download the new 1017 The Truth app now. Milwaukee Black Talk. 1017 The Truth. This is your 1017 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Wisconsin is joining a federal lawsuit against operators of a popular rideshare and delivery company. The lawsuit alleges that Uber used a variety of deceptive and unfair practices in offering and selling Uber One subscription services. Attorney General Josh Kaul also alleges that Uber used negative option marketing tactics when it offered free trial subscriptions, a practice that automatically charges consumers if they do not cancel a free trial. The lawsuit is currently pending, and a trial is scheduled for February 2027. Kia and Hyundai will pay Wisconsin drivers $4.5 million after selling cars without basic anti-theft technology. The state says a lack of engine immobilizers led to a surge in stolen and damaged vehicles. Investigators found that only 26% of the company's cars sold in the U.S. had immobilizers, compared to 96% of vehicles sold by other car companies. Another $4.5 million will be given to Wisconsin and other states to help pay for the costs of the investigation. Kia and Hyundai have also agreed to offer free reinforced ignition cylinder protectors to eligible vehicle owners. State public defenders are calling for a full review after a newly released video shows staff punching a teenager at a Racine County juvenile facility. The incident happened in May, weeks after the Jonathan Delgrave Youth Development and Care Center opened. Family members of 15-year-old Anthony Lamar Elliott Jr. want to know whether staff was properly trained. The Racine County District Attorney's Office says it will not file charges against the 4 staff members involved. A new report highlights key recommendations and next steps for the former Northridge Mall site. Milwaukee leaders plan to release the findings later this week, which explores market opinions, economic potential, and different design scenarios. With over 58 acres of land ready for new development, it represents the largest development site in the city. Officials say the plan is to market the site for sale sometime next year. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Study hall is open. Let me take attendance. Quanda's here. Lucretia, how you jump in second? Uh-oh, there is competition. All right. But people rarely beat Quanda first. I think the only person that has beat Quanda is like SE. That's about it. I don't think any male has ever been. She'd be like, look, I'm logging in at, yep, I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad. I just want to let you know that. Yeah, this is going to be a short week. I got one more day, and then I'm taking Friday off, and I won't be back until December 29th. I'm chilling, taking it easy, relaxing. I guess you say the old school chillaxing. That's like a 1980s type, early 90s type thing. Anyway, 2026 is coming, y'all. It's going to come fast. And let me be clear right out the gate. Let me just keep going like I've been going throughout the days. Something you got to remember. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has a blind spot. And everybody has moments where they don't think things through. But there is a difference between making a mistake and repeatedly doing things while convincing yourself that it's normal. And if we're going to have a better 2026, some of us, mainly me, are going to have to stop romanticizing foolishness. Let me give you an example of something. And I think everybody's seen it. I saw it the other night. You're driving down the road at night, and you ever been in front of a person where one headlight is out? But instead of fixing the problem, instead of addressing the issue of a blown bulb, instead of doing the responsible thing, they turn on their brights. Now, you can't see any better. You're blinding everybody else. And you still only have one headlight. So instead of fixing what's broken, they compensate with noise. Instead of addressing weaknesses, they overdo confidence. Instead of actually solving the problem, they make it everybody else's problem. Now, that's not clever. That's not strategic. Yeah, we'll get into what that is. We live in a time where doing what you want to do gets defended instead of corrected. People double down on bad decisions instead of actually learning from them, and they confuse stubbornness with being strong. I'm going to hold my ground. Loudness with intelligence, confidence with actual competence. Listen, y'all, in 2026, we got to stop that. Some people keep choosing the same type of person to date, to marry, with the same red flags, then act shocked when the same outcome shows up. Different names, same behavior, same pain, same disappointment. And at some point, it's not bad luck. I just got bad luck with men. I got bad luck with women. It's just bad judgment. And you can't keep ignoring what people show you and then act surprised when they do exactly what they've been doing. It's like touching a hot stove, get burned, and you blame the stove. At some point, accountability has to kick in. People who don't have an emergency fund but got the newest phone. How are you calling me on a $1,200 phone to ask me to loan you $500 to get your car fixed? People drowning in debt, posting that they're in Dubai. I look at some people and go, how in God's name did you even afford to fly to Dubai business class? Oh, I flew business class to Dubai from Milwaukee and can't pay your rent. Now, people who don't understand interest but are proud of their high credit limits. That's not financial freedom. I'm not going to say what it is. You can't fake stability forever. Numbers don't care about your vibe. Math don't care about your feelings. When math ain't mathing, eventually reality is going to send you a bill. A better life starts with better choices, not louder excuses. So let's talk about this. Some people want the title. We talked about this before, but they don't want the responsibility. I want to say I'm married, but I don't really want the I want to say we're dating. I want to say I have a boyfriend or girlfriend, but I really don't want to actually work at it. They want the paycheck without preparation, influence without discipline, respect without even being reliable. And then when it falls apart, what do they blame? It's like criminals. They blame the system, the boss, the man, the economy. Or, right, you're just a hater. You don't have anything. No, you don't have anything. Sometimes the issue is kind of simple. You weren't ready, and instead of getting ready, you pretend. That's the, bright lights with one headlight mentality. So instead of learning the job, you turned up your ego. Instead of asking questions, you faked like you were an expert. And instead of improving skill, you leaned on the image and what it looked like. Well, I dress like I'm a mechanic, so I must be a good mechanic. Right. Image will never outperform substance. Well, for long. But let me get back to what I've been talking about. People abusing their bodies all year, then get shocked when their body fights back. When stuff stops working. Ignoring sleep, nutrition, stress, and movement, walking. Then act confused when energy disappears and taking medication becomes like normal. One thing you got to remember, your body keeps score. You cannot negotiate with biology. It's not going to happen. And wishing don't replace discipline. I said it before. In 2026, self-care is not a slogan. It's a responsibility. And here's the hardest part. Not being right isn't always loud. Sometimes it's subtle. Sometimes it sounds reasonable. We dress it up as tradition, because of the way you eat, culture, because all the bad stuff you eat, or, well, that's just how I am. Growth requires some self-awareness, and self-awareness requires humility to say, I'm the problem. That's not weakness, that's wisdom. And so we all know people who sabotage themselves and then ask for sympathy, who go into debt and then ask for help, who repeat patterns and ask for patience, refuse to learn, and then ask for understanding. And at some point, if you enable it, you become a participator. And I'll say this carefully. Being smart is not about your IQ, it's about judgment. It's about learning. It's about adjusting behavior when life gives you the feedback that what you're doing ain't working. Smart people. You want to be smart? You don't have to have an A average. You don't have to have an outstanding IQ. Smart people pay attention to outcomes. Smart people course correct. They see themselves doing something wrong. They figure out that it's wrong, and they do what's right. Smart people don't keep doing what doesn't work and then say, oh, well, if I didn't get it, it wasn't meant to be. It's not fate. You don't have to be perfect in 2026. It requires awareness, effort. It requires you to stop making your life harder than it has to be. Because many times people struggle because of themselves. We have to stop this cultural thing we have, this traditional thing we have, of always looking at black people like they're broke, busted, and disgusted. What does that mean? That means you need to fix the headlight, lower the brights, address the issue, and do the work. Because the truth is, most of the pain people experience is self-inflicted, prolonged by your pride, and protected by your excuses. And if you really want a better year, better relationships, better money, better health, better peace, better strength, get rid of that unnecessary foolishness. So as we move into 2026, that means let us, including me, commit to learning faster, choosing wiser, and think further down the road. Above all, remember, like I said, don't live up to my favorite word in 2026. Stupid.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
If better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone, and the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhoffels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattresses to Steinhoffels. Now you can try Helix in person, something you can't just do anywhere. Right now, Steinhoffels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our Truth Nation listeners. Head to Steinhoffels.com to learn more today. Helix Sleep at Steinhoffels. Better sleep starts now.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. 12/31/2025. You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Jim Carrey collabo. Now what?
Hallelujah, kids, hear this. Come on, while I lace it and try to prepare this for y'all. Oh, well, I got a story to tell about a dude I met once miserable as hell. And how grouchy he was, and how slouchy he was. And when he talked, you smell his breath, and how frowsy it was, and how drowsy we was. And if you daydream, I'll give you a pinch. Now let me tell you about Mr. Grinch. Every holiday season while we was young growing up, everything be cool and Mr. Grinch show up.
Well, look at there. They made a song about DJ Brother Z. Wow. Mr. Grinch. Mr. Grinch. 833-212-1017 is the number. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. Tune in to the award-winning Truth in the Afternoon. Well, tune in a little early because Black Business Give Back Spotlight is this Friday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris. So, Kyle Wallace will be joined by Felicia, owner of Gimme Cake. Ooh. I should just stop right there and go find where the store is. Okay. We'll be discussing what inspired her to start a Southern-style cake made from scratch business and why she offers commercial kitchen space for other business owners to use. Do they make cake too? Can I come watch? Eat some cake? You ever licked batter when you were a kid? I only licked chocolate batter. That's just me. Tune in to the Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Gimme Cake this Friday, 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I hope they give some cake. I'm gonna have to go find it now. I could use a good caramel cake. I haven't tasted caramel cake in years. Oh, okay. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me be nice and check the talk and text line before I get hollered at. YouTube chat says, what's up, Quanda? Lucretia. Hi, I'm 1 hour ahead of you guys as well. Enjoy your vacation, Dr. Ken. I ain't even gone yet. I got another day. People say to me, bye. Bye, Negro. Beat it. Don't let the dough hit you. Wow. So much love. Big distinction between the two. LT is in here. LT said credit. Definitely credit. Yep. That is so very true. That one guy, Mao, what's going on? Sir Charles said, Dr. Ken, I thought your favorite word was idiocy. It never was idiocy. It was always stupid. It was always the word that my mama told me you should never call anybody. But if you can call yourself stupid, I think you can call other people stupid too. Because what you do is stupid. You're not stupid. It's what you do. Let's see. LT said, my ego was writing checks my body couldn't cash, a week in the hospital, and now alcohol, cigarettes, and energy drinks free for 2 years. I know that's right. Now, is this the same LT that was the actor? Is this the same LT that was the actor that had the bit part in Chicago Fire? Anyway, yeah, caramel cake. Dr. Ken acts as if he's not excited about his vacation. That's because I can't contain myself. It's so great. It's so great. That is you. Okay, I remember. I saw the matter of fact, his part, and he actually had a speaking part, was at the firehouse. I remember that. Okay, I remember that. Hey, what's up, Dimitri? How you doing? Yep. Thank you, Quanda. Defend my honor. My word has always definitely been stupid, but you don't have to say it like that. She said it with some authority. His word has always been stupid. Oh, y'all silly. Y'all are silly. 833-212-1017 is the number. I got open line. Any question you want to ask me, you can ask. I will give a valiant attempt to answer it. Any question. Now, if it's out of bounds, I'm going to say, no, I'm not answering that question. But any question, politics, religion, life, police, leadership, I'm kind of open today. I'm feeling kind of open today. So this might be a chance to get some I was going to call it coaching, but just get my opinion. I'm not a licensed therapist, so I can't give you, that much. James, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. What can I do for you?
Dr. Ken, how you doing today, man? Thank you for taking my call. But look here, man. I just want your opinion on primary doctors. Okay. Now, I'm an older guy. I'm in my 50s. Now, my situation is my doctor, I've had him for like 5 years. He's retiring at the end of the year. Uh-oh. So they called me up and want to assign me a new doctor. Okay. And the lady got mad at me on the phone. She said, well, he's been your doctor 5 years. You only seen him twice. You need to get in, blah, 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 blah. I said, miss, here's the issue. I only seen him. I have a chronic gout. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like arthritis. And when I get in pain, man, I need my meds. But anyway, I said I call you guys, and you guys always tell me I could come in 3 weeks away, next month, 2 weeks. She said, well, what do you do for, I said, I go to the immediate care or a walk-in clinic, and they just give me a refill of my medication, I'll be good. So I want to know what's the purpose of having a primary doctor if you got to wait? I want to do anybody else have the same issue, because my other doctor before that, the same issue.
Okay.
2 weeks away, 3 weeks. I don't need you then.
First of all, first things first. This is my opinion. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an academic doctor. So watch this. I'm not going to say take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to say don't take it. It's just opinion. Bottom line is that you should have a planned time at minimum once a year, if not twice, to go see your doctor. Because you're in your 50s, I would suggest, and I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't know what plan and what the American Medical Association says about it. I'm going to tell you what I do. Every 6 months, I go see my doctor. It may take 5 minutes, or I'm going to go get a physical. I used to get my physicals around my birthday time. Now I get them, mid-year. Now I get them in the fall, in October, November. I just made my appointment for next year in the middle of the year when I left. If you wait until you're sick, hang on. But if you wait until you're sick to go to the doctor and then you expect to get in fast, that's not going to happen. Or you're going to end up overspending money and spending more by going to urgent care or the emergency department.
Well, you're right about that. I try not to go to the emergency unless it is an emergency.
So what you should do now, if you're having issues, it shouldn't matter if you're having issues. Right now, make an appointment in 2026, 2 months out, 3 months out. Usually if you do it around your birthday, you probably won't forget, and have an annual checkup, top to bottom, on your birthday at a minimum. And that way you don't have a problem, but you set it up 6 months, 8 months out.
I think I'm probably going to have to try that, because I got to do something, man, try something else. And I'm trying to see, that might be good advice, but...
what?
I got to do something.
Well, and if you have gout, you might want to go to the doctor quarterly. You might want to make one in like February, and then another one in May, and then another one in August, and then another one in November. Like, go 2-3 times a year just to make sure you're on the right path and doing it right. That way, if you have an issue, you already have an appointment on the books.
Right. Okay, thanks, Dr. Ken. Thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, have a Merry Christmas.
All right. Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
I mean, that's kind of simple, but that's what I had to do, because I would get frustrated. Oh, you want to see that? Like going to the dentist. Yeah, I need to go see the dentist. Okay, we'll get to you in February. Dude, my tooth hurts. We'll get to you in February. I'm like, okay. Found another dentist. So what I do now, I call a month or two in advance, say, hey, I need an appointment. Well, we don't have anything until January. I know, that's why I called in December, and I'm gonna get an appointment in January. Go to the dentist. Now let me also say, I don't like the dentist. I do not like the dentist. You know why I don't like the dentist? Because I have ADHD and I can't move. I got to sit in a chair, put this little thing around my neck with a little spit thing, a little rag on your chest, with a little chain around your neck that's always cold. Like, can't y'all get a rubber chain so it's not cold? Anyway, I got to sit there. And I got to open my mouth. And then the dentist make all these faces like, oh, my God. Like, excuse me, this is my mouth. Don't make me clamp down and bite you accidentally. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that your finger? Oh, man. But, James, it's a really easy thing to do. Just start setting up appointments in advance. One thing I do is I only go to a doctor that somebody has a referral. Like, I just referred my primary physician to a friend of mine. And I did that because they were looking for a doctor, and I referred them to my doctor. And the only way they take people is if it's by referral. And they call you, ask you some questions. What I suggest you ask your medical doctor some questions too. Where you go to medical school, how long you been practicing, do you believe in like just giving medication to fix stuff, or are you here to cure? Because if you ain't here to cure, you here to treat, I'm out. I need some things cured. If I'm weighing too much, I need you to refer me to somebody so that I can lose weight. Now I'm at 223 from 252. So if you could do that, we could work. And so we worked, and it's great. It's great. I think my medical doctor doesn't like the fact that I have a doctorate degree. So anytime he mentions something, I know where to find it and look it up and see and read it for myself. So we'll actually argue the veracity of a study, and I'll start picking out the fact that this is missing and they didn't do that, and was this the correct model they use when, and you know, people don't want to argue at that level with a with a patient. But I think if I'm paying you, I can do what I want. Melody said, change your GP. You should be able to get in a timely manner. No, that's not true. There aren't a lot of medical doctors anymore. You've been in Milwaukee? There are not a lot of medical doctors around here at all. It's not. And they churn. They want you to get in so they could get the money, and that's just the healthcare system. I don't like it. I don't like it. Miles said, blank, Dr. Ken, I just got my premolar pulled yesterday. I don't know what that is. And I am still sore. Now I'm getting ready for those physical, got to tune up for the new year. Melody said, get your insurance plan, get the advocate for them to help with options available. What I would do is call my insurance company, because watch this. This is what they're for. Call your insurance company. Tell your insurance company, this is the kind of doctor I'm looking for. This is the approximate age or whatever, or race or gender or height, whatever criteria you got. And I don't want to have to drive so far, and and they'll find somebody for you. Or they'll give you options that you can choose from. Like, that's literally your insurance company's job. And if you have a time frame you want to get an appointment, tell them to make you an appointment. They'll make an appointment for you. Quana said, yes, Dr. Ken, that's definitely a lot when you're medically inclined and you question them about certain things. Yeah, they get beside themselves. They act like they don't get the cops with the Wyatt Earp syndrome. They get the God complex. Well, I'm a medical doctor. No. You remember that attorneys, it's a practice. You're not an expert. You're a practice. That's why, because it's ever evolving, ever changing, which is the way it should be. Ever evolving, ever changing. You're practicing. So that really makes them mad. And now with 101.7 The Truth traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
It's still a bit backed up. Southbound 43 really hitting the brakes around Keefe, stretching all the way down through the Marquette down to the KK River. On the northbound side, we've got backups basically from National Avenue all the way up through the Marquette, up past North Avenue. Westbound 94, you're slowing down from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from Highway 100 in fits and starts all the way to Moreland. On eastbound, we've got backups from 92nd Street to about Hawley Road. And then on the bypass heading southbound, backups out of the Zoo Interchange all the way down to Lincoln. You're back on the brakes from Oklahoma Avenue down through the Hale Interchange onto 894 eastbound past Forest Home. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight. Increasing clouds, rising temperatures with a chance of showers, a low of 34. Then tomorrow, mild with rain likely, with a mix possible later on with the temperatures falling throughout the day, but a high of 44. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I
I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a what I'll call average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Packers are moving forward without some key players against Chicago this weekend. Pass rusher Rashad Gary on what to do without Micah Parsons.
I just got to be myself. When guys thinking that they need to do more than what they've been doing, you start to strain, start to try to find plays that's not there. And throughout the season, man, I've been doing a great job of being effective, being myself.
Kickoff is this Saturday at 7 p.m. The Bucs are looking for a bounce-back game tomorrow against the Raptors. The season ramps back up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Badger Volleyball is heading to Kansas City to compete in the Final Four showdown against the Kentucky Wildcats. Their game begins tomorrow around 8 p.m. For college hoops, UWM sits at 4-6, Marquette sits at 5-6, and Badger Basketball, who plays in Milwaukee this weekend against Villanova, sits at 7-3 on the year. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown team's member FDIC.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1001. Country, blues, whatever. See how he just like put me on blast? That's blues. I told him it was country. If it ain't R&B, rock and roll, or old school, I ain't trying. And why you rocking at it? You're not even rocking on like on rhythm.
You got to do the offbeats for this.
You don't do offbeat. Funk is the only thing on the one. All this other nonsense. And he black. numbers. 833-212-1017 is the number. Melody said, my kids have had the same pediatrician for their first 18 years. Yeah. They were kids. Yeah, okay, I'm just kidding. Dr. Ken, you're right on the fact that they want to subscribe. So Sean said, if you got a problem standing in a chair at the dentist's office, just request that he or she, dentist, first massage your gums with some lidocaine, and you'll be off in La La Land chilling. No, I don't want to pass out and wake up and can't drive home. Yes, I know that. Okay. Interesting comments. Melody said, well, you can buy changed every month, only 2 brands that didn't sell them. Okay. All right. Y'all got some interesting comments. I just don't know if you're talking to me or talking to somebody else. 833-212-1017 is the number. Sandra, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, Dr. Ken.
Hello, Miss Sandra. How are you?
I am just fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, do you watch TV
I heard
news?
It's pop-off day.
No, it's not pop-off day.
TV?
It is not pop-off day.
You said we could ask you anything.
No, you can, but that's not pop-off day. Do you watch TV news?
I'm not popping off. Go ahead.
Do you watch TV
news? I watch TV news.
Yes.
Uh-huh, yep.
Okay. I watch
everything.
I watch all of it, but I watch WISN.
Yeah, I do too, a lot, mainly.
Because I like Derek Rose, and they got the new young lady on there. So I wrote WISN TV a message on X because I'm just fed up. Dear WISN TV, please learn how to like black people in the studio. It's been embarrassing for you over the last 30 years. Have your tech make the adjustment. These are techniques to use. There are techniques to use, old school techniques, please. And yes, I've done lighting before. I'm tired of when black people show up on TV, they don't change the lighting. So black people that are like medium to darker skin almost they look bad, and then white people look normal all the time. And I understand that it's lighting, but you can fix that. There are ways to shed more light on a black person's face and be able to show. I'm sorry. That's just lazy. You think
it's lazy or just the reason for that?
Yeah, my reason is lazy. Because there's a way to fix it.
I don't think so.
They fix it in movies all the time. They're able to set lighting so that the black person has a little more light on them than the other person, and they stand there and they read and they do their lines and they're fine. Why can't you do it in TV?
Yeah. Well, look, I got my reasons too. I think it's another way of making us look like criminals. I guess the darker we are, the more we're criminals.
Are you saying darker people are more criminal than? Wow.
I guess that's what they say.
Wow.
That's what it looks like to me. Every time they show blacks, they show them in the worst. Look, when they take a picture of them, they look horrible. Even the driver's license.
Sandra, you're saying darker skinned people are perceived by whites to be more criminal than medium or light skinned.
Yeah, I bet you they are.
Anybody agree with that? 833-212-1017. Anybody?
Yep. Well, what did they show Tarzan with? What were the natives?
Okay, we're not going back that far. We ain't going back that far.
I mean, that's thought. What I'm saying, that thought is still there. But anyways,
when was the last time you saw a white man in the jungle with a rag wrapped around his waist, pretending like he was black?
I haven't seen the white man in the jungle.
His name was Tarzan.
Oh, that was.
Because if y'all had Tarzan the Ape Man and it was a black guy, y'all would complain and call it racist. So you can't complain about the white guy. You can't complain about the white guy playing Tarzan. When if the black guy plays Tarzan. Tarzan ain't no leader.
It was just like he was the Pied Piper. Why he had to be the strong looking at the strong
because
man
if you
that
made
led
a black man,
the natives.
if you made a black man Tarzan and called him king of the jungle, y'all would have got mad. It's called Tarzan the Ape Man, and y'all would have got mad. Oh my God, they're calling black people apes.
His fathers were black. So they made a black man. His fathers were black. Yeah, that's the way I see it. And then you were talking about a lot of stuff. You were talking about the kidneys.
The what?
No, the advertising. You always do the advertising on the kidneys and the health care.
Well,
you know the advertising that.
Yeah.
It's not an advertising, but it's the promo or something.
Yep.
Yeah, you talked to that guy, and he had to have the transplant.
Yes.
And then the other guy called and said it's hard getting into the doctors. Well, it is, because you got to wait 2-3 months down the road. And
But
then
you can't go to the doctor when it hurts. You can't.
You have to go to urgent care.
Call my, right. You either go to urgent care or something, but you can't like only use that as the time you get your medication, and then when it don't work. When you're feeling fine is when you need to go to the doctor so you can continue to feel fine. He doesn't feel fine. He goes to the doctor. He gets help. Something in there he's not doing, not taking his medication or not. I don't know, but something's not happening.
They give you appointments. So far away now.
Clearly, he's not following up because it's been 5 years. He only went to his doctor twice. That's the problem.
Well, then.
Well, what?
They should be happy.
Why don't you just call him out?
He's making a bill, right?
Why don't you just call him out?
He's not making a bill, so his premium should be cheaper.
Yeah. You can also die, Sandra. Come on.
Well, his premium should be cheaper. If I'm not going to the doctor a lot, then I shouldn't have to pay as much. Right?
It's insurance. It's for when it happens, not.
But you still got to pay some co-pays and all of that with the insurance. And then you got 80%. The hospital pay 80. You got the 20 if you be hospitalized.
You want to live?
Yeah, because like I said, I've been dealing with it. I got a lot of that going on in my family.
You want to live?
One thing else I want to say, I'm going to hang up in a minute. And one thing else I just want to say, it's so hard working with them because they send you out of the hospital too soon.
That is true.
So there's so much rigmarole in that.
That's because the hospital system want to make money. They want to make money off of you.
Well, you can make money if you don't keep. I get sick again and I got to come back.
You can also fire them.
It's like you got to start all over.
You can also fire them and find a new doctor. Imagine that.
But you're in the hospital. What I'm saying.
Well, in the hospital,
sending you home.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, they send you you go to the hospital, then they keep you a couple of days, and they send you back. Or like in my case, to the nursing home. Then the nursing homes are crummy, and they end up back at the hospital. It's just so much, red tape, whatever you want to call it. It's such a mess.
Or you can take care of yourself when you have the opportunity because the new year's coming. Just start now. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Eat right.
But there is no or.
Exercise.
That's what we have medical people for.
Or is dead.
They can pay good salary. They make good money.
Or is dead. So there is an or.
It's not dead.
Okay.
No, it's not. But anyways, I have to call you tomorrow because I don't want to hold you too long.
Too late.
Since you're going on vacation.
Too late.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, 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 so many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho! Visit the Pella site, and to all a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. To learn more about how you can take your first steps in buying your forever home, visit associatedbank.com/lending. That's associatedbank.com/lending. Or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
For general contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. LT said, is key lime pie your favorite cheesecake? No. No. I hate anything key lime. Ugh. I'm not talking to that person because I told him I wasn't talking to him yesterday, so I'm skipping him. LT said, Tropic Thunder. Robert Downey Jr. Okay. Sir Chon said, yep, I absolutely agree. Light-skinned folks are less demonized by whites in various ways. Do you think that's true? So in the 5 o'clock hour after the top 5 at 5, I want to get into this colorism thing. Some people get mad, and it's usually the really light people and the really dark people that get mad. But I think it's something that we need to really address because we have issues within our own race and within our own culture that I think we need to let go of. I do. I think we need to let go of. But for some reason, we still hold on to it. And I'm just be honest. I'm gonna call a spade a spade. Y'all gonna get mad. I know you're gonna get mad at me. I know. I'm up for it. I can take it. He says because he knows he only has one more day to work. But it's. I think it's true. The bottom line is we really need to look at some of the cultural things we do and how hurtful they are and how really weird and makes no sense. And it's a carryover from slavery, I think. I think it's a carryover from slavery where we make assumptions about people based on, quote unquote, their hue, their skin color, the amount of melanin that's in their skin. Because I've heard people say that. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be, they too, but anyway. And we always make the assumption that guys like light-skinned women, which is just not true. Some do, I guess, or some people like it with no melanin. But anyway, so I don't get it. I don't get it. Somebody mentioned about, nah, that's okay. Because I remember who mentioned it, and I wasn't talking to that person, so I'm going to skip that person. Because I told them I was going to skip them from now on, so I'm skipping them. 833-212-1017 is the number. So we were watching on the BBC a popular South African radio and TV personality, Warwick Stock, also known as DJ Juarez, was shot and killed in downtown Johannesburg on yesterday. 40-year-old was killed on Tuesday afternoon outside Zambezi House near the Carlton Center in Johannesburg Central Business District. Police said Stock was approached by 3 unknown suspects, and one of them opened fire before they all fled the scene on foot. CCTV footage reportedly shows one short man with dreadlocks approaching and shooting him. The motive for the shooting is currently unknown. No arrests have been made, and nothing was stolen from the victim. Stock was reportedly at the building to oversee the installation of security systems at the property, which had been controversially occupied by unknown individuals. He had a security company and was involved in efforts to clean up hijacked buildings in the inner city, leading to speculation his murder was a targeted hit linked to those activities. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Are you done with your Christmas shopping? No? Have you? Okay, I guess I asked the wrong question. Have you started your Christmas shopping? No? What? Wow. Jasmine says Sandra got a point. L. Dawson said, to know you is to know you will ruffle a few feathers, but as my mother-in-law used to say, if the shoe fits. Why you gotta be like that? That's mean. You hurt my feelings. Go somewhere and cry. I'm going to go somewhere and cry. We're going to talk about colorism. See, y'all thought I forgot, didn't you? We're going to talk about it. We're going to actually die. And if you want to call in, 833-212-1017. I might be a little late on my top 5 at 5. I'm going to talk about it. Dr. Ken saying, you and Dr. responding, so you start just ignoring and mention. I'm not understanding what you're saying. Dr. Ken, saying you it and responding to you know who, so you start now before to just ignore and not mention them if you choose not to respond. I want to let them know that I'm choosing not to respond to them specifically. In other words, RN, Kawanda, if you did your psych rotation, you would know I'm being petty. Okay? Okay? I'm being petty. I am being petty. I told the person the other day I'm not going to mention anything they say, and I was about to read a story that was going to answer the question that they had, and I said, absolutely not. I'm not. As we used to say back in the 70s, bump them. You can make bump whatever you want it to be. But at some point, Sincere Runaway Real said, white man, king of the jungle, endless fairy tales of conquering the world. I don't know if you looked around, but between World War I, World War II, and the Civil War, they did. I'm just saying. They did kind of conquer the world. So be careful of that. 833-212-1017 is the number. Colorism is the new racism. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 coming up next.
Need a way to hype up your day?
This is Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, you just won $5,000!
What would you do with $5,000?
That's sweet for a couple months.
Yes!
There you go.
Yes. God just made me happy.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Can we hold something?
Y'all holler back at y'all.
I got money now.
On Friday night, the Milwaukee Panthers take on the South Dakota State Jackrabbits at the Fiserv Forum.
Jump pass to the corner right. Elam, 10 on the shot clock. Back out for Zech. Logo 3 for Zech. It's pure. It's pure. It's a 7-point lead. 65-58. I didn't think he was going to shoot that thing. I'm glad he did.
Scott Warris has the coverage Friday starting at 3:30 on 101.7 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 4 p.m.
When severe weather hits and the power goes out, do you have a plan? For reliable power and peace of mind, propane can do that. It only takes about 10 seconds for a propane-powered generator to restore power to your home. So no matter what Mother Nature has in store, you know you're prepared. Learn more at wipga.org. This message is sponsored by your local propane provider and the Wisconsin Propane Education and Research Council.
For 75 years, the Muscular Dystrophy Association's voices have thundered through the halls of Congress.
For 75 years, we've willed the impossible into existence.
For 75 years, the MDA community has pushed the science,
shifted the narrative, and established the field of neuromuscular medicine.
And until that day, when this is all a thing of the past,
you couldn't stop us if you tried.
Join us and celebrate 75 years of breakthroughs at MDA75.org.
Dear employer,
my name is Phil Martin.
My name is Michael Roskovich.
Ronaldo Bird.
Zach Deiser. I am writing to express my excitement at the opportunity to join your team.
As someone on the spectrum, I possess a unique set of skills
that sets me apart from other candidates.
My detail-oriented nature allows me to communicate complex ideas,
to break down data, to have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine,
and clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
You're listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with Uber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is your 101.7 The Truth News Update.
Hello, everyone. This is Rhea Riley with your news update. Wisconsin is joining a federal lawsuit against operators of a popular rideshare and delivery company. The lawsuit alleges that Uber used a variety of deceptive and unfair practices in offering and selling Uber One subscription services. Attorney General Josh Kaul also alleges that Uber used negative option marketing tactics when it offered free trial subscriptions, a practice that automatically charges consumers if they do not cancel a free trial. The lawsuit is currently pending, and a trial is scheduled for February 2027. Kia and Hyundai will pay Wisconsin drivers $4.5 million after selling cars without basic anti-theft technology. The state says a lack of engine immobilizers led to a surge in stolen and damaged vehicles. Investigators found that only 26% of the company's cars sold in the U.S. had immobilizers, compared to 96% of vehicles sold by other car companies. Another $4.5 million will be given to Wisconsin and other states to help pay for the costs of the investigation. Kia and Hyundai have also agreed to offer free reinforced ignition cylinder protectors to eligible vehicle owners. State public defenders are calling for a full review after a newly released video shows staff punching a teenager at a Racine County juvenile facility. The incident happened in May, weeks after the Jonathan Delgrave Youth Development and Care Center opened. Family members of 15-year-old Anthony Lamar Elliott Jr. want to know whether staff was properly trained. The Racine County District Attorney's Office says it will not file charges against the 4 staff members involved. A new report highlights key recommendations and next steps for the former Northridge Mall site. Milwaukee leaders plan to release the findings later this week, which explores market opinions, economic potential, and different design scenarios. With over 58 acres of land ready for new development, it represents the largest development site in the city. Officials say the plan is to market the site for sale sometime next year. This has been your news update. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris continues on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Dr. Ken, let me see. That one guy said, Dr. Ken, I still think the public bus should be free and discontinue the hop. So who's going to pay for it? Because I'm not. Why don't you pay for it? Take what little money you make and pay half of it to taxes, because that's what's going to end up happening. There's no such thing as free. There's no such thing as free. And in those places where things are free, people pay through the nose in tax. Or they just tell you you can't have something. You got garbage? Yeah, you need to pick that up yourself. We got a place around the corner you can just go drop it off. But we're not coming to pick it up. We'll cut that out. What things would you want cut out of your day that you would choose not to do if your taxes went down? That's what you have to think about. So when you say bus should be public, who's going to pay for it? Clearly, you're not going to pay for it. I'm not going to pay for it because it costs too much. So I'm just saying. And not enough people ride the bus that the public should pay for something that so small a number of people do. It's not like we pay for schools. Well, yeah, because it's compulsory and everybody has to go to at least 12th grade. I'm sorry. 14th, I think, till you're 16, right? So sophomore, junior year of high school. Then if you decide you don't want to go, don't go. That one guy said, like you said, I don't mind paying higher taxes for the car. No. Public transportation is only important to the people that use public transportation. Those that don't use public transportation, the problem is people that want to get rid of cars can't pay enough money to pay for public transportation because everybody would be on public transportation. Can you imagine that? The only way you get to work is to take public transportation, and it broke down. Well, I got like 527 people now got fired from their job today because they're late for work because transportation. It just, it causes too much trouble. I understand what you're saying, but people won't care if they don't have any skin in the game. People won't care if they don't have any skin in the game. And no, I haven't forgotten. Colorism still is. There will probably always be the new racism.
Number 5.
From CBS58.com. A Kenosha family is facing thousands of dollars in dental bills. Found help from an unexpected source. Rhea 9 is so sweet, I'm going to cry. She's the most loving human being I've ever met, said Shirley Tudor Perez. 11-year-old Rhiannon's, or should I say Rhiannon? Rhiannon. Rhiannon? Anyway, their grandmother's looking for help. She needs 5 root canals. 1 is a molar. The other 4 are her 4 adult front teeth. She turned to the community to get her granddaughter help she needs, and the out-of-pocket cost is $4,970, which she says we don't have. She says her ADHD medication was demineralizing her teeth. So in June, she needed 2 root canals. We don't know about the medicine and the side effects from June until November. She needed 5 root canals. So she turned to social media for help and found it in an unlikely place. I got back the next day. I fell off my bed. I was like, oh my gosh, I saw that he donated $100. That's great. That's awesome. Tudor Perez was inspired to reach out after the rapper supported Olympic water polo team last year. So he was there with the team, and it was amazing what he did. He didn't have to. And so this rapper, and with the power of social media, the online fundraiser went from $400 to $1,700. And next thing you know, $4,970. Because Flava Flav donated. And that boosted what other people were willing to do. And now they can get the work done. The rapper posted again this past Monday asking if there are any dentists in the area that are willing to help. Tudor Perez said 3 offices have already reached out, and she has an appointment set up for tomorrow to see if they'll be able to help with the cost. I'm thinking you could be able to help with the cost. Just do it at cost. Oh, my goodness. Write it off on your taxes, for goodness sake. You're a business.
Number 4.
43 drawings are in. Powerball is estimated $1.25 million. What's the latest you could buy a Powerball ticket? Anybody know? There were no winners that took home the big prize. And the jackpot is the 2nd largest of the year and the 6th largest in lottery history. Says the Multi-State Lottery Association, it's been steadily crawling up in value to rival the largest this year. September's $1.787 billion jackpot was split between a winner in Texas and Missouri. That's like $500 million. Wow. The winner of the jackpot can choose between 2 payment options, 1 upfront payment or 29 escalating installment. Never do that. That's just me. I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying what I would do. I would take 1 lump sum, pay my tax, and roll out. For this jackpot, it's estimated $572.1 million if you just take it out. Nearly half of the annuitized amount often advertised on billboards. And both figures are before taxes, and then they take tax out, and then you probably end up with about 292, 270, I don't know, around in there. The odds of winning the Powerball jackpot are 1 in 292.2 million. Though the odds are better for smaller cash prizes, some as low as $4. So I got to spend $2 to get $4. How much does it? I don't even know how much they cost. Let me check the YouTube chat. Curly Q, stop. Wow. Yes, I am petty. I admit it. I'm petty. I'm just saying. My name ain't Betty, but I sure am petty. Yeah. I think I'm going to play. Should I play the Powerball? I think Zach is asleep. He looks asleep. Should I play the Powerball?
Yeah, if you want to lose money.
I think I'm going to buy 1 ticket. I think I might. I don't know. I might play. I should. I ain't got nothing to lose. I got anything to lose? I got Baba. Yeah, okay. I've never won anything. Like literally, I've never won anything except a WBA Best Radio Show in Wisconsin, 2022. That's it. Or was it 23? I think it was 23. That's it. That's all I've ever won. The only thing I've ever won is Best Radio Show. Oh, and I won Best Specialty Programming for the Truth Summit for last year. That's it. That's all I got. And I mean, let me rephrase that. Me winning is me winning first place. Yes, I'm petty.
Number 3.
From StraightArrowNews.com, Arkansas has become the first state to end its affiliation with PBS following cuts to public television by the Trump administration, citing an unaffordable multi-million-dollar annual fee for national content. That's $2.5 million fee was typically paid by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting. Without CPB money, Arkansas will no longer be able to afford the content. The change will take effect July 1st, 2026. While it's the first, other states are looking to do the same thing. The Arkansas Educational TV Commission voted 6-2 in favor of that decision. It came after the commission lost $2.5 million in annual federal funding from the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. As part of the cut, statewide public TV network, previously known as Arkansas PBS, will be now known as Arkansas TV. Man, you see how quick they dropped them? Wow. Like a hot rock.
Number 2.
From Fox6Now.com, if you didn't know, Trump teased the address in a statement because he'll be addressing us tonight in prime time. It'll take place at 8 o'clock Central Time, and he didn't clarify the topic for his address, but the White House has offered more details about what the president intends to talk about. White House said Trump intends to preview his agenda for 2026. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said that Trump would discuss his achievements this year and his plans for the remainder of his second term. So we'll see. Trump's second term nears a 1-year mark, so we'll see what happens. I think I'm busy tonight. I have a 7 o'clock meeting. I just made that up. I have a 7 o'clock meeting, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think I'm supposed to be watching paint dry tonight.
Number 1.
This also from Fox6Now.com. A bill at the Wisconsin State Capitol aims to confront a deadly reality facing black women and girls as lawmakers and families living with the pain of losing loved ones push for change. Turning her pain into purpose, the mother of slain teen, Sade Robinson, is using her voice in hopes of sparing other families from the same tragedy. Sheena Scarborough, Robinson's mother, said this has been a very draining spiritually, mentally, for your soul, for your spirit to lose your child. Robinson was found dead and dismembered April of 2024, forcing her family to endure a disturbing criminal investigation and later face her now convicted killer in court. I learned in these past 20 months about the criminal justice system, about everything with how a lot of it moves. On Tuesday, yesterday, Scarborough spoke to a Senate committee hearing, a public hearing, in support of a bill proposed by State Representative Sheila Stubbs, Democrat of Madison. The legislation will create a 17-member task force to investigate the root causes of disproportionately high levels of violence against black women and girls. Stubbs has been pushing the issue since 2021. She said, "Today, I'm proud to report that this bill has received 11 letters of support. The momentum across the nation for this legislation is growing." Law enforcement leaders also voiced support for the proposal. Madison Police Chief John Patterson said the creation of this task force should not be considered as a criticism on law enforcement. It is an investment in better outcomes, and continuous improvement must be a virtue of every one of our police agencies in our state. When we come back, colorism. Do you really think it's the new racism?
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretend conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Education changes everything. It opens doors, shapes futures, and builds the foundation for our children's success. At City Ford Collective, we're working to transform our city's schools and ensure every Milwaukee child receives the high-quality education they deserve. We've taken real steps forward, but our work is far from done. This giving season, we're asking you to join us. Together, we can secure a stronger future for our children and a stronger future for Milwaukee. To support our mission, visit cityforwardcollective.org/donate. That's cityforwardcollective.org/donate.
Most elves have pointy shoes. I have 4 paws.
Ho, ho, ho. Pallet, how's my favorite helper making the season shine?
Oh, just sprinkling a little color wherever I go. You see, Santa, my person's a veteran, and some days the memories are heavy. When her skies turn gray, I help fill her heart with shades of hope, the purple of laughter, the blue of courage, and the happy hue of joy.
Sounds like you're painting the world brighter.
That's right, Santa. I'm more than her service dog. I'm her living paintbrush. With every swoosh of my tail, I add a stroke of cheer to her canvas. With every longing gaze, I brush love on the picture we're creating together. A masterpiece, wrapped in warmth and tied with a bow.
Now that's a gift you can't put under a tree.
This season, help paint the picture. Learn more at dogsinc.org.
Oh, oh,
oh. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Santa Claus goes straight to the ghetto. Hitch up your reindeer, go straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Fill every stocking you find. The kids are gonna love you so. Leave a toy.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You can ensure your home remains comfortable before we reach the brutal post-holiday winter. And even more is coming. It's kind of getting kind of mild now, but you know, we know Santa Claus is magical, but his elves aren't qualified to build Pella windows. There are just too many options and customizations. So instead of going through the big red guide, take advantage of this Pella deal. 0% interest for up to 24 months. That's it. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 12/31 of 2025. Visit PellaWI.com. That's PELLAWI. You may be writing it down. .com. All right. That one guy said, if the city would fix its irresponsible financial spending, like what? Like what? Like what exactly about the city is irresponsible spending? You say I guarantee you there would be plenty of money for free public transportation system. Well, first of all, the city doesn't pay for transportation. That's one. But show me where the spending in the city of Milwaukee is irresponsible of that one guy. Give me some examples with some numbers. Show me. I'm just saying. 833-212-1017 is the number. Hey, what's up, Babar? Welcome back. What is colorism? Like, we in the black community quietly espouse to colorism, but we pretend like we don't. It is a prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. You see it in India, where the darker people that are native to India are treated less than the people who are light-skinned. But then what does that really mean? Well, in many cases and sometimes it's a social hierarchy. Individuals with lighter skin tones over those with darker skin tones, even within the same racial or ethnic group. And this phenomenon transforms mere preference. It encompasses systemic, I love the word systemic because it doesn't make any sense to me, discrimination, bias, and prejudice based on skin. Now, within the black community, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. But at some point, we have to come to grips with the fact that America and black people, based on how they were treated, have long gone on and followed the paper bag test, the brown paper bag test, historical method used in some black communities where a person was only allowed into a social club or church if their skin was lighter than a paper bag. Lighter-skinned enslaved people, slaves, were sometimes assigned less harsh jobs in households, while darker-skinned individuals were sent to the fields. They were considered buffer races, act as intermediaries between whites and non-white communities. You rarely see a dark black person on TV. And even then, sometimes you can almost see that they're not treated the same way, thought about the same way. And it's something that we really need to become aware of, because we subtly treat each other poorly. I've literally had people like have an attitude towards me based on my skin tone. Yeah, you can say that. You light-skinned. Now, I don't consider myself light-skinned, but evidently somebody told me, yeah, you're light-skinned, which I don't really get that. I don't really understand that. But isn't that what we do? That subtle. And so when people say, oh, black people can't be racist, I look at them like they're idiots, because I go, yeah, we can. We do it to each other. We do it to each other. And don't downplay what I'm saying, that one guy. He said he in a good mood because he's going on vacation soon. He will take it easy on you. I ain't taking it easy on you. I'm just giving y'all trouble. 833-212-1017 is the number. But it's difficult for me because I've been treated negatively by people who perceived me as being lighter than them, and they had an attitude, which I thought was odd, because I never, up to that point, and I'm talking probably within the last 5 years, I've never thought of myself as being light or dark. I thought of myself as being medium. I don't know what that means. And somebody told me, well, you could say that because you're light-skinned. And I don't agree with it. It's just me. I don't agree with it. But I understand the sentiment. I understand the ability for someone to see what they perceive to be preference by virtue of skin tone. Mal, why are you asking me that question? Is that a rhetorical question? You just asking to be asking? He asked, what's the difference between discrimination and racism? If you really need to know that, if you really had that question, I think you're in trouble already. Because everybody discriminates. Not everybody's racist. And I still reject the notion that black people can't be racist. They don't have the power. I refuse to lessen myself, distance myself, and not acknowledge the success because somebody else don't feel good about it. I refuse. Everybody discriminates. I discriminate in the friends I have. I discriminate in whose text messages I answer. I discriminate in who I talk to on the radio. You have to. You have to have some criteria and some semblance of order to get things done. It's not a positive or a negative, but everybody discriminates. So we got to get out that trick we tell ourselves. Oh my God, you're so... Well, yeah, we all are. But again, in 2026, if you just start spending more time with yourself and start looking at yourself and questioning the things you tell yourself or do yourself, none of that matters.
It's just because discrimination has a bad connotation.
Of course it does. Discrimination has a bad connotation. Racism has a bad connotation. But how many black people do you know that don't like white people?
A lot.
And they feel like they have an excuse not to like them based on what happened before their grandparents were born. But they carry it forward, and then they carry that weight. And I'm not saying forget about it. Please remember it. We should always remember it. But you don't have to use it as a reason to not like people who haven't done anything to you. Because I'm struggling to see the difference, and I know there is one. I'm struggling to see the difference in what was done to us as slaves and what we do to each other today. I have a problem with both of them. I have a problem with how we treat, kill, maim, steal, beat up, run over with cars, drive recklessly, shoot when we're leaving school for no apparent reason. And when somebody calls you out, instead of pointing out the person and saying that person did it, you weigh on the fact that their past may have been bad or they grew up poor. What does that have to do with doing the right thing? Having some type of moral compass or character. I didn't say perfect. I just said like a compass, point in the right direction. And no, I didn't answer it, Mal, so don't be going there either. Because I'm not going to answer it. I think you should answer. You should tell me what is the difference between discrimination and racism. That's what I want to know. And so now I just turn off all the nonsense. When people start screaming about white people or screaming about, white people are the reason well, let's start backtracking and looking at the things you did to get what you want. And I didn't show up one time. Ding, there you go. One time? I've never known anybody get fired from their job for not showing up one time. One time. Was it the one time after they told you if you show up again late, you was going to get fired? One time? Yeah. Yes, there are times when people get jammed up because people want to get rid of them. And sometimes it's racially motivated. I get that. How do you rise above that? That is what your 2026 should look like. How do you rise above somebody else's nonsense and win? And don't let nobody tell you it's not about winning. Yes, it is. It's not about money. Yes, it is. Because winning and money buys you power to help others. Or in that one guy's case, it'll buy you a free ticket on the bus. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, the final traffic check of the day. Here's Debbie Lazica.
Southbound on 43, we do have some backups coming in from about North Avenue, or just before North Avenue, all the way down through the Marquette onto the high rise. You're back on the brakes from Lincoln down towards Howard. On the northbound side, slowing down from National Avenue all the way up to Locust. Westbound 94, watch for delays from about 20th Street through the Stadium Interchange to about Mitchell Boulevard, and then more delays from Elm Grove Road all the way to about Barker. On the eastbound side, ahead, backing up from about Barker Road all the way to about Calhoun, and then more delays from the Zoo interchange to Hawley Road and through the Stadium interchange. By the way, there's also an accident just out of the Mitchell interchange on northbound 40 or 94. It is off on the left shoulder. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, increasing clouds, rising temperatures with a chance of showers, a low of 34. Tomorrow, mild with rain likely. It'll turn into a mix later on as the temperatures fall throughout the day, a high of 44. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris returns after this on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Saving energy and money? It's easier than you think. Here are 2 simple things you can do to reduce your energy use and lower your energy bill. Use thermal curtains to reduce each room's energy loss by up to 25%. And make sure vents aren't blocked by furniture or rugs to improve airflow and comfort. Simple, smart savings. Get more energy-saving tips at WeEnergies.com. Again, that is WeEnergies.com.
Are you ready for open enrollment? Now through January 15th, you can explore affordable health insurance options if you don't already have coverage through your job, Medicare, or Medicaid. The Community Health Access Program, CHAP, helps residents find affordable plans and guides you through the enrollment process, connecting you with resources to support your family. CHAP is a program of the City of Milwaukee Health Department. Learn more at milwaukee.gov/CHAP. That is milwaukee.gov/CHAP, or calling 414-286-8620.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
What was the life change? You know, we all know it happened, and we know things happen, and you have bad kidneys, but what was the life change afterwards?
A couple things. Before they even allow you to get on the list, they make you go through a battery of tests. And, you know, a lot of people don't qualify because they're overweight, or they have high blood pressure or high cholesterol. So all those things are requirements before you can even get approved to be on the list. So I had...
Wait, you got to be approved to be on the list?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's interesting. There's a professional athlete or former professional athlete I know right now that has kidney disease, and he's on dialysis, and he wants to get on the list, and he's not accepting all the things you have to do, you know, to get on the list. But yeah, so for me, I spent 30 years in the automobile industry. You know, that's 12, 14-hour days, eating whatever somebody brings you to eat, whatever you run out and grab, McDonald's, whatever. It was never salads and, you know.
Yeah, but that was
water.
a choice, right?
It was a choice. Yeah. But I had to change all of that to even qualify to be on the list. I had to get down to the weight I had to be at. I had to get my phosphorus under control, my potassium under control.
Wait a minute, even though somebody said they would give you a kidney,
absolutely,
you had to still make yourself eligible?
Absolutely.
Nah, that's okay.
When I mentioned the athlete, his relative actually died, and they wanted to take his organs, and they couldn't because he wasn't qualified. He wasn't on the list. Wow. Yeah, you have to be.
So there are over 100,000 people on that waiting list. So they are very serious.
And how many donors do we have?
And that's the problem. We don't have nearly enough donors.
Wow.
And that's why it's such a critical need. But they are serious about who they're giving that gift of life to, because there are so many people who are literally dying waiting for it.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. Packers are moving forward without some key players against Chicago this weekend. Pass rusher Rashad Gary on what to do without Micah Parsons.
I just got to be myself. You know, when guys thinking that they need to do more than what they've been doing, you start to strain, start to try to find plays that's not there. And throughout the season, man, I've been doing a great job of being effective, being myself.
Kickoff is this Saturday at 7 p.m. The Bucs are looking for a bounce-back game tomorrow against the Raptors. The season ramps back up tomorrow at 7 p.m. Badger Volleyball is heading to Kansas City to compete in the Final Four showdown against the Kentucky Wildcats. Their game begins tomorrow around 8 p.m. For college hoops, UWM sits at 4-6, Marquette sits at 5-6, and Badger Basketball, who plays in Milwaukee this weekend against Villanova, sits at 7-3 on the year. This sports update brought to you by Associated Bank, proudly supporting your hometown teams. Member FDIC.
Don't touch that dial. More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, it was just yesterday I ain't had. Now we turned up in this Jeep, boy, I ball like a man.
I can't take him nowhere, boy.
You gotta be careful what you ask for.
I gave you a list of Christmas songs. This was not on it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So, Signal. Y'all know the Dugan trial. Duggan, whatever her name is, Dugan, the judge. Signal quickly entered the chat during the week's high-profile trial against Milwaukee County Judge Hannah Dugan, who is accused of trying to help an undocumented immigrant evade federal agents. Agents who were part of the arrest team April 18th for the immigrant, Eduardo Flores Ruiz, communicated with each other using a frozen water signal chat as they gathered at the Milwaukee County Courthouse that morning. Dugan defense attorney first disclosed the signal chat during the trial on Monday, asking witness FBI agent Aaron Lucker if they were trying to be funny by calling it the frozen water chat, since they were there for a case linked to Immigration and Custom Enforcement, commonly known as ICE. Lucker says she's not part of that chat. Over objections from prosecutors, Zech asked the agent about other high-profile cases involving federal officials using Signal. One such incident involved Pete Hegseth, who's the defense secretary. Others mistakenly included a magazine editor in a chat. The leak sparked fears about potential mishandling of classified national security. As you know, it's a encrypted messaging app. The frozen water signal chat came up repeatedly during the second day of the trial, which has been held at the federal courthouse. Zech showed several frozen screenshots of frozen water signal chat and asked another FBI official, Special Agent Philip Jackling, about some of the profile pictures people were using in the chat, including one with a skull, as well as a pill bottle with syringes. Other profile pictures appeared to show someone holding a gun and pretending to lick it. He also asked about messages regarding a woman in the mask who was part of the public defender's office taking photos of the team. One message said the woman was talking to another attorney about how we are not very covert. Jackling testified that no messages on the signal chat had anything to do with Dugan's conduct and that he didn't post in the chat. What was that about? What was that about? So watch this. Drug Enforcement Administration Special Agent Brian Ayers was later asked about the logo he used in the chat, featuring a skull with a pill bottle and syringes. He said it was a logo for an opioid task force. I even knew that without even hearing it. As soon as I saw it, I thought, man, that probably sounds like drug enforcement. Duh. And so what happens is people take the culture and the tradition and the words of something that they want to disparage, and then they use it against them. You know, the way they do black people. Well, you see what that means? No, that doesn't mean what you think it means. If you really want to know, ask somebody, and then they'll be able to tell you. I hope she gets a fair trial. I don't really care whether she goes to jail or not. I hope she gets a fair trial. I hope the system is fair and equitable for her. So that's it. I mean, I could get, anyway. I'm not. I'm not one of those people that when the cops do something, they're automatically right, because that's just not true. But when you chat, most people think that, that's coded language. Well, it's not really coded language. It's how cops talk to each other. They talk to each other in a shorthand, just like medical doctors do and nurses do and lawyers do. But then you have to look at it from the other side, right? From the prosecutor side. If judges can't follow rules, who's supposed to? They're the ones that make judgments against people. They're the ones that sentence people to jail or not. how cops and law enforcement and even the courts act behind the scenes when they're in a private conversation between each other should not be made public because it will always be misconstrued. It will always be misconstrued and misunderstood. It's the picture that I was taught when I was in the police academy. They said, think about how the public will take, well, now we got social media, so all that's kind of out the window. But think about how the public would take if you were a firefighter standing over the body of a person laying on the pavement who has passed away from smoke inhalation with a yellow tarp over them, and you're smoking a cigarette. And I mean chain smoking, where, sometimes people can smoke cigarettes and the ash just hangs off, almost drooping to the ground. They just started talking and smoking a cigarette. That would be a bad look. But yet I've seen it. Because you have to have something to take your mind off of the grief you just experienced and the grief that the family's going to feel for losing a loved one. It takes its toll. So there's some things culturally that are done in public service that people don't need to know about. They don't need to, go spouting off about it, telling everybody about it, because it'll then make them feel self-conscious. Let them deal with it the way that they deal with it. And sometimes you may not like it. Sometimes you may get mad. It's okay. So I don't know where this Dugan trial is going to go. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. But it's going to happen. She's going to eventually. They should be over with the trial should probably be over by the end of the week, unless the prosecution is just going to drag it on. But 833-212-10. You know what? Forget that. Poll in the YouTube chat. Will Judge Dugan be found guilty? No. What will be the outcome of the trial? Guilty, not guilty? Boy, I was loading that one up for a biased statement. What will be the outcome of the Dugan trial? Guilty or not guilty? You got to go to YouTube, because you can stream and watch us live on YouTube and on 1017thetruth.com. Just make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. You never miss a minute of a live show like right now. Yeah, do that. Do that. What will be the outcome of the Judge Dugan trial? Guilty or not guilty? Should I vote in those? Hit me in the YouTube chat or on the talking text line. Should I vote during the should I? I don't know. Daniel said, Dr. Ken, tell me the better investment just in your thought process, real estate or stock market. Depends. I would say both. I can't give you advice on it because I'm not licensed and I don't know your particular thing. What I would do is I would invest in real estate investment trusts and the stock market. They're called REITs, but that's just me. That's just me. Okay? That's just me. I'm typing a message. I can't type. I can't type. Okay. 833-212-1017 is the number. 60% say guilty right now. 40% say not guilty. Uh-oh. Now it's 50-50. Wow. That fast. This went up to 50-50. I don't know. I'm a little torn. I know her. I've met her before. She's a nice person. She's a very caring person. She cares for her community. So, I don't know. You know, one thing I didn't do before we go to break is, ooh, what is that? Oh, that's why. All right, let me do this. 35 degrees, and the low tonight is 31. So it'll be a little bit under freezing. So, you know, if you've got something outside and you think you need to make sure it doesn't get, you know, in trouble. And so, my word in the first hour was stupid. A man was charged with burglary and theft after stealing an ATM from Richie's Bar in Big Bend with the help of a tip from his ex-girlfriend. The McQuantico man, Kelly J. Weston, faces felony charges in connection with the June burglary at a Big Bend bar after his ex-girlfriend reportedly identified him from surveillance footage and clothing, according to a criminal complaint. On the morning of June 4th, Weston was in a hoodie when he broke into Richie's Bar in Big Bend, stealing the ATM by dragging it out the front door. Big Bend Police Department took to Facebook appealing to the public. Attention, ex-girlfriends, if anyone recognized the suspect's sweatshirt. Well, when police played the video to Kelly Weston's ex-girlfriend with sound, the woman reportedly started to cry because she could hear the defendant breathing and knew it was him. When interviewed by investigators, the woman stated she recognized the clothing worn by the suspect, and she told police she had purchased the jacket for Weston for Christmas. Even identified the boots being from Walmart. She also alleged the vehicle seen in the footage belonged to his mother. Well, they obtained a warrant for his cell phone and pinged him near the area, and he was charged with 1 count of burglary of a building or dwelling and 1 count of attempted theft of movable property value between $5,000 and $10,000. How did he get caught? It fell out the back of his truck. Dumb. Which proves my point. Do stupid things. Win stupid prizes.
This is 101.7 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Ho, 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 my back.
Santa?
Ho, 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 Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Yes. Next year, how about just asking for a Pella gift card? My elves are used to designing windows from other places where they're all pretty much the same. But Pella? Ho, ho, ho. So many customizations and designs. My elves aren't qualified, so Santa has to put in some overtime. Ho,
Let me make a call. BRB.
Frighteningly fast pellet team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
Yeah, I know. Santa already lectured me. Ask for a Pella gift card.
What if you need new windows or doors, but you're on the naughty list?
Then this will definitely help. Right now, at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months.
Ho, ho, ho. Visit the Pella site. And to all, a good night.
PellaWI.com.
Service restrictions apply. Ends 12/31/2025.
The holiday season is here, and the countdown to 2026 has begun at Lake Lawn Resort. With all the holiday stress happening these days, imagine waking up next to a cozy fire in your own private suite along the shoreline of Delavan Lake. Enjoy much-deserved pampering at the award-winning Calidora Spa and special holiday dining options throughout the resort all month long, including at the signature 1878 on the lake. Book your holiday escape today, and don't forget to purchase those last-minute gift cards and receive free bonus money at Lake Lawn Resort, where the spirit of the season comes to life and everything is truly better at the lake. Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
This time of year is about gratitude for the people we've met, loved ones we've helped, and the communities we've served. From all of us at Gruber Lofts, have a safe and happy holiday. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Wow, look at that poll. What will be the outcome of Judge Dugan's trials? Where'd it go? It
should pop
disappeared.
back up.
Come on, pop up. Pop up. Pop up. Yes, I'm being silly, and I'm being petty. What will the outcome be? 71% say guilty, 29% say not guilty. That's straight down political lines. Ooh. I didn't vote. I'm lying. Of course. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Tori Lowe Show is coming up next, and I will see you in about 22 hours. Have a great. I'm coming back tomorrow. There's a basketball game on Friday. I'm not on Friday, and then I'll be gone. So, be ever so vigilant. Be careful. Again, it's going to drop below freezing tonight. Check on your neighbors. Make sure everybody's safe. Be careful driving. All those things, right? Because we want you to have a prosperous, a great new year, and a blessed Christmas. So, hey, y'all. God bless. Take care. Thank you, DJ Brother Z. Appreciate you. I'm out.
Be quiet.